I'm repping this low life, so this Ralph Lauren, baby girl, I'ma put it on. I keep a heat like Dwayne Wade, so like Gabriella, tell a fuck nigga, bring it on. I'm hitting all the hoes that I wish for. I'm getting my Timmy Turner on. I'm on a high horse wearing all this goddamn polo in the way you...
We live, baby. We live, baby. Welcome back to another episode of Dem Football, guys. We got another banger for you. We got our top 5 sleepers of the 2024 season for the wide receivers. Top five sleeper wide receivers for the 2024 season. Let's get started. You already know I got Gator with me.
Yes, sir. We in the crib, but it's same shit, different day. Well, same day actually.
Same day, same shit. We got Boogie with us, aka Boogus, aka Black Woj, aka Boogie for Boogie, aka Boogie on the floor, aka Al Boogie, aka Captain Boogie.
Captain Al.
Captain Al.
No, we're not doing that.
All right, let's get right into this. Boogie, pull up the list.
Pull up my list?
No, D list.
D list. Maybe this is D list?
In no order. In no order. This is our top 5
sleepers
for the 2024 season.
Yeah. Palmer, I think he's the number 1 with the Chargers. They said Wicks or Dobbs is going to be the number 1 for the Packers. Jacoby Myers is a great second option. The only thing I don't know about is, was it Josh McDaniels' playbook or was it Jimmy Garoppolo? Which both are
AOC.
No, he wasn't performing with AOC.
He wasn't doing good with AOC.
He wasn't owner Myers. He was doing good with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah,
it was Jimmy. What a surprise.
Yeah, and Brian Thomas, he's been working people in the preseason, right? So.
Oh yeah, he's a monster. He's a dog.
So yeah.
So basically, to get down to the top of it, that's the list. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Palmer has had the opportunity. We've seen what happens when Palmer is the one. He's like Tyler Lockett-esque. Tyler Lockett-esque in the way he moves, where he uses his utilization, his position on the field, and he has a lot less competition than we expected than Gator expected, because Quentin Johnson is a nobody who cannot catch the ball for some reason, who can't catch back shoulder throws. So it's like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like his only competition is Ladd McConkey, and I think Ladd is softly injured and he's a rookie. So Palmer gets the go ahead reliable target for either Stick or Herbert. At this point, It should just be co-quarterbacks like shit.
Yeah. I mean, you can get Palmer at the 14th round, 13th.
Yeah.
No, 12th round. You can get him in the 12th round.
Free.
And he's the number 1 receiver. So on an offense that probably we're expecting them to run more, but at the end of the day, still they're gonna throw the ball. Like, you have Herbert. So
run more with one nigga that's injury prone and the other nigga that doesn't really.
Yeah. And we've seen the chemistry with him and Palmer. They have chemistry together. Now Palmer is very injury prone. So will I be shocked in 3 games he's hurt? Nope, not at all. But you got him in the 12th round though. So
Brian Thomas, I think he's going in like the, what was that? What's that? The 8th?
He is going in the 8th.
He's going in the 8th?
He's going in the 9th.
I just say I'm about to take him off my list.
He's
going in the 9th, and I feel like you have the opportunity to get like wide receiver 1 potential with this. Like, if for some odd reason you went really running back heavy, or let's say it's a quarterback league, you go running back, quarterback, tight end, and now you're like, oh man, I need to really bolster. He's a good late round wide receiver to add to the team because he has that potential to provide that to your offense. But
yeah. And him, Worthy are those players that I pray they're not your number 1 wide receiver, because you fucked up. You fucked up if that's your number 1. But they're definitely, once you get your number 1, number 2 wide receiver, throwing BTJ in that joint, oh man, I think he has the ability to kind of just like shake the room. Exactly. Like, so yeah.
Like Boogie said with Myers, I think it's round 11.
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
And if depending on who's the quarterback at the moment, I think Jacoby Myers. They said he's been having a really great off season, really great
Minshew's
little.
a starter now.
And with Minshew
Yeah.
being the starter, the reason I say depending because I don't know if Minshew's going to be the starter the whole season. I feel like they're kind of itching to put AOC in the game. So
Pierce is not itching. You saw the press
They're not
conference?
itching. They're not itching, but
Oh,
I mean, if
Pierce
they
might not
come
let
out with
him
a
play at all. It don't matter how much you see the press conference.
yeah,
what did he
I
say in the new press
He
conference?
threw him under the butt. He threw that pick six in the pre. Me and Toby watched it at midnight after the concert. He threw a pick six, walked over to the sideline. Pierce said, "Get out, bro." Then after the game, he had a press conference. He said, "It's sad that how this quarterback battle ended. I wish it ended better, but it ended very, very bad for one of them and very, very good for the other person." It's like, damn, like
Oh
what
my
you mean by that? You just threw a pick six. Like, what you mean by that? Like,
Commander forgot he the head coach, bro.
and then the next day they announced Minshew was the starter. I said, okay, well, I guess it ended bad for AOC. Like,
yeah, but I do feel like they still have a soft spot for AOC. But either way, I feel like off the strength of one, it came down to the last preseason game. Well, not the last, but it came down that far to that preseason game. I feel like they should have been able to decide.
They didn't see enough from Minshew.
The gap. That means the gap isn't as big as we might, because Minshew didn't even throw a touchdown that game. But either way, I think Jacoby Myers will thrive very well with Minshew. As far as the farmer goes,
yeah, if AOC is in, I'm
I would
off.
hope not to see that.
Off Myers.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would prefer not to see.
I fear that because Minshew always strikes me as the person that goes to his number one. We know he either running, scrambling around like they cut his head off, or he's probably going to be looking for Adams. You know, so
I think he's more of a check down merchant, to be honest, and Myers fits right in there. Because AOC, I don't know what he was, but he wasn't looking at Myers. I owned AOC. I owned Myers last year, and AOC once he got in, Myers' stats went down. He was almost unstartable with AOC starting.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
that's good to know.
yeah. So yeah, yeah. As far as we could put Wicks and Dobbs together because like Boogie said, one of them is going to be the number one. I do feel like there's going to be a 1A 1B situation going here where it's like it depends on the play. It depends on how close they are to the red zone. But I really like Dobbs. For some reason Dobbs is like a red zone target for
love.
For Love, sorry. He's a red zone target for Love, and it's like I really like Wicks. I like everything Wicks does. I like all of Wicks gadgets. Like I like it. And he's a utility belt, but I feel like so is Dobbs. So I feel like they both have the potential to be that thing. And if they had to pick one over the other, I would say that Wicks is probably the better option. But if you have a late round pick and want to take a flyer on what could be, I would take Dobbs because I like Dobbs better. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand with that.
I'm trying
But
to
I
see
do
where
think
Dobbs
Wicks
is
is a great option.
Wicks is going. Wicks is going in the 14th round. The science to the Green Bay Packers is that there's no true number one, right? So at the end of the day,
I think that's a lie. The science is that Watson is the number one. They all say it. We know
yes,
it. Watson's the number one. The problem is that Watson is injury prone.
Yes.
And he also can't run routes. So like, yeah, he gonna burn you. Yeah, he's 6'4". He might get that game where he gets 2 touchdowns, but he's not gonna put it all together. So now we got to look for the usurper, and it's like Reed.
Yes.
I think Reed's the number 2, but for some reason Reed gets used like Debo, so you can't truly be the number 1 if you get used like Debo. So now it's like you gotta look for the nigga that runs routes. Wicks is the best route runner there.
Yes, he has the most separation too.
Yes, and Dobbs is the best red zone threat there, so that's why for me they're on the list.
Yeah, I definitely see Wicks. Wicks might be one of those players where you draft him and then you don't really see him, and then next thing you know, in the morning we get an alert and say Watson's hamstrings are not working no more, and then we're gonna say bet, go pick up. Now you insert Wicks, and Wicks is actually tough. So when his number is called, he's going to deliver, and I know last year. Yeah, from last year, it's like, okay, they saw it last year. Now for sure, like this year, he's going to be involved no matter what. And now if one of them goes down, Wicks is going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
Yeah, I never really liked the whole Watson the number one situation. I never really liked it. It never really made too much sense to me from
It never felt like it.
Yeah, it's like you feel like a deep threat, like a nigga like Sammy Watkins. but
Sammy Watkins was the one for the Bills. Like Sammy Watkins was the one for the Bills.
And Sammy Watkins always injured. Sammy Watkins spent 5 years getting injured on the first game, the second game of every season, for 5 years straight. That's a talent.
Yes,
and they could get one big game every year.
And Watson's on the same trend, bro. Like, would we be surprised? Games going on and he's concussed? No. I just wouldn't be surprised. He gets concussed all the time and he tears hammy all the time. So,
but let's before we wrap up, I just we're three different people. We all got three different like mindsets, so it's always a hassle to get these lists put together. So we got our own individual sleeper lists for y'all, given to y'all by them football guys individually. Who want to go first, bro? Gator.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
I already know.
Let's go, dude. I am itching. See, hey, Wicks.
Oh my God.
I love Wicks. I love Wicks. I love the talent. I love the separation and his route running. It's a matter of time. They're probably just gonna get tired of Watson not figuring out his hammy issues, and Wicks is going to be a player that you can definitely be using. Palmer, pretty cool with it, but I just love that. I love the opportunity. The player, I'm not in love with the player, but the opportunity is there, and they have chemistry with Herbert. BTJ, I love the upside. Rashid Shaheed seems like a player that we always forget, but Derek Carr doesn't forget him. So that's the thing. Jacoby Myers, and I have an honorable mention, and it's going to be Thielen. I didn't bring him up, and I actually feel like he should be on this list.
You love your old head. That's tough.
That's a terrible honorable mention.
My list. Shakir's number one. We already talked. Well, we didn't talk about it. Shakir's number one because he's the number 2 receiver for the Bills behind Kincaid. Number 2, Wicks because he's the best route runner for the Packers. Number 3, Palmer because he's the number 1 receiver for Herbert. Number 4, Baker because I like him. I like him more than Polk.
There we go.
I switched it.
Damn.
And number 5,
our backs.
number 5, Deontay Johnson because I love Deontay Johnson.
The groinless wonder.
So yeah.
All right, my list is pretty straightforward. I love Dobbs. Same concept of what they say with Wicks. I like the red zone targets. I do like Dobbs' utility knife abilities, kind of like a Swiss Army knife. Put him anywhere, he does everything. He does it all. We saw what he did against the Cowboys last year. We saw how his utility just kind of works in any situation.
Dobbs, Swiss Army knife.
He's not like he's gonna run out the backfield, not like that. But as far as a wide receiver goes, with wide receiver skills, I like Dobbs. The nigga does it all. Short, close to the line, far from the line, red zone. He does it all. Jerry Jeudy, Juicy Judeus. I love Jerry Jeudy. I feel like the talent. I've always liked Jerry Jeudy talent wise, and I feel like having the opportunity to play with a different offense. Different offense, first of all, because he's been with the Broncos, forever. Different offense, different opportunity. And I'm hearing he's really clicking with the Browns. And it's like, well, he may not be the number 1, but I do think him at the number 2 might be the best position for someone like him. I think he takes a big step up at the number 2. Even if he ends up functioning at the number 1 at some point, I do think Jerry Jeudy's talent can carry him through number 1 duties. Not saying that long-term number 1 duties, but, Number 3 for me is Deontay Johnson. This one's a special one because I like Deontay Johnson. Gator's gonna bring up his groin, freaky nigga. But Deontay Johnson actually has been a nigga I've always liked, for 1, and 2, he has a he's the one over there by I don't love the quarterback, but he's the one over there. And if the quarterback takes a step up, Deontay Johnson takes a really big step up. But also the strength of schedule. I think Deontay Johnson has. I think what's the nigga's name? The Panthers have a pretty good schedule favoring wide receivers. So I think he has a really good chance to, if he isn't a volume monster, to showcase that other skill set of his, which is something. Palmer is an implied bad man. You already know. Anytime Palmer has ever gotten number 1 duties when Keenan's injured and Mike Williams is dead, it's always been like, it always worked. It looks good. It fits right in the system. He knows how to find the gaps in the defense. I like Palmer. I think he's a pretty solid number 1, especially when the defenses aren't going to double cover him because he's the number one, but he's not that type of number one. Jacoby Myers, like I said earlier, if Minshew takes the helm, Minshew gets the lead, Minshew gets to be the one distributing the ball. I think Jacoby Myers, who is frequently open and frequently close to the line, I think he does take a good chunk of the volume. Even if he doesn't automatically get the big plays, he does take a good chunk of the volume. And Minshew is a player that will take the risk as well as check down when necessary. So I like him. I think he can fit right into that Michael Pittman role for what's this boy's name? Minshew. But that's it for me.
Cool.
Hey, are we good?
Yeah, we good. We good.
Right.
Job done.
Thank y'all for watching.
Draft Wicks. I'm telling you. Draft.
Friday is August 23rd. It's 9:40, man. I do what y'all gotta do. Finish y'all jobs, man. You know, subscribe, like, comment. You know, what your top 5 sneakers is. Matter of fact, don't tell me because I know more than you. All right. Tell Toby. He needs
type shit.
Right.
Still.
Nah, but signing off though, we got the CEO.
No,
Gator.
it can't be me. That gotta be Gator. No way, bro. I was like, Gator, do need help. Hey, Gator, we gonna see what we draft.
No, Yaga, you need help, bro.
Gator, we'll see in the draft, bro. We'll see when we done drafted, bro.
You need a lot of help.
You got the CEO Gator up top left. You got the the Oluwa Baba Yaga himself. Oluwa Baba Yaga.
The gracious host.
Gracious.
You know, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and have a good weekend. We out.
Have a good weekend. That's so sweet. Like that's really nice of you.